Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 6 through 7. But if the watchman see the sword come, and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any persons from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth, and warn them from me. Shalom, shalom. Before I start this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha HaKodesh. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied to all you brethren teaching this word in all sincerity and truth, to the hopeful elect, 144,000, the house of David, Shalom, and to the few Akwaf that listen and subscribe to this truth, Shalom as well. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. I'm going to try to get straight to the point to give you warning. All right, from Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, all right? And one thing that you, Jake, cannot say, okay, wait a minute. And one thing you, Jake, cannot say is that you haven't been warned here, starting with the elders and the apostles from the Great Millstone, about the incoming M.O.T.B, which is the mark of the you-know-what, which time in and time out, us here at Great Millstone, when we come across information leading up into this the hour of temptation, which is going to be the time where this damn devil Esau Edom will make this mandatory sea-hipping. It's not going to be an option. Either you're going to take it or you're going to suffer and even possibly be put to death, because now the Lord is drawing a clear line in the sand to where, you, Jake, are going to have to ultimately make a choice of whom you are truly going to serve. Whether you're going to serve this devil Esau Edom, bow down to him, take his sea-hip and worship him as your God and your Savior, through technology and via this new world order, or you're going to trust in Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, all right, and be faithful unto death and receive that crown of life, or, be delivered through miraculous, means, divine intervention, and be beamed up into the chariots and receive salvation in these last days, man. And I came across this article, just dealing with what we've been warning you, Jake, is basically coming down the pipeline. Salakia real fast. All right, so lucky about that, man. All right, and this is from News Punch. It says global digital IDs are coming to America, and nobody is allowed to talk about it. All right, but hey, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and the freedom we have in this truth, we're able to talk about it and give you warning. All right, because this is where everything is headed, as we've been teaching you and telling you time in and time out. And this is why everything is eventually going to go digital. All right, this is why you have a thing known as the Internet of Bodies, the IOBs, ubiquitous computing, which is basically, they're going to create this future infrastructure where, you're basically going to be trapped and mapped out on the grid through this digital system, through AI, and ultimately through your charagma, your C-hip. All right. You're not going to need, they're going to do away with cash. You're not going to need wallets. You're not going to need IDs. You're not going to need to be able to, basically all of your information will be stored and able to be accessed through your charagma, your C hip. All right. And they'll have every ounce of information that is going to be needed for these devils to know exactly where you are and who you are at all times, man. It'll have all of your, it'll have your passport on there, your so-called social security, and every single bit of information about you will be tracked and watched in real time. It's okay. Just watch about you. It says, and this is where everything is headed, man. All right. And this is why this whole big, this is why this current system has to be crashed, and it will be crashed, man. They're going to do away with the Federal Reserve. They're going to do away with the the dollar as being the world reserve currency and every other currency on this earth. All right. When they crash this economy and bring in this new beast system. It says Congress has taken huge steps toward rolling out digital IDs for U.S. citizens, fulfilling the wishes of the World Economic Forum and Bill Gates, and there has hardly been a whisper about the major developments in the mainstream media, all right? Because they ultimately don't want you average everyday citizens to know about this, all right? They want to, this is going to be their ace in the hole. This is going to be their means to salvation. When all hell breaks loose and they crash this economy, they're going to roll this digital system out as salvation. And the ultimate fix to the financial and problems of the world. All right. It says it is almost as though the globalist elite have instructed their minions in the mainstream media to keep quiet about their plans for global domination. And that's what this global system ultimately is. Global domination, the end of free speech, the end of privacy, the end of you being able to accumulate personal and personal wealth and savings. All right. And that's why one of the main themes of this new world order and Build Back Better is you will own nothing and you will be happy. All right, because in this a new beast system, that's exactly what it's going to be. The government and the it's going to be a tyrannical rule by the elites who are going to own and control everything. All right, your ability to travel, your ability to have anything is going to be based on if they decide if they want to give it to you or not. If you're going to be a good slave, if you're going to obey and do what you're told, take all of your jump shots, take all of your required inoculations, don't speak out against the government. Don't have an opinion. Be a robot. Go. Just pretty much obey and do what the hell you're told, man. All right. It says since the beginning of the pandemic, efforts have been underway to advance digital identification systems, including mobile driver licenses and vaccine passports. Remember, all of these things, that they're showing you, digital identifications, your mobile driver's license, vaccine passports. All these things are just a lead up into the ultimate end game of it all is the charagma. This is why they're testing out digital CBDCs. That's why you're seeing all these cryptocurrency billionaires and millionaires dropping dead all of a sudden, because they're looking to take control over everything. All right. You're not going to be able to, operate or move or bank or finance or make money or do anything outside of these devils' control, man. If you have money, it's going to be issued and controlled by them. They're going to tell you what you can spend it on. They're going to have this programmable money that's only going to last for so long. All right. When they give you that money, hey, it's going to have a set time on it in order for you to spend it. And they're going to have the access and the power to tell you what you can spend it on and what you can't spend it on. It's a complete total slavery system that this devil is preparing, man. And he's gradually, leading you people into it. And we're here to warn you and tell you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that this is all leading up to Revelations 13 and 16. And for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, to trust in the Lord and don't link yourself into this system, because it's not going to end well for you, all right? It says in 2020, the World Economic Forum rolled out plans for its COVID pass, which requires users to have their blood screened at an approved COVID pass laboratory. It says now, in the midst of the media blackout, a proposed national digital ID system for U.S. citizens is fast becoming a reality. A vote by the U.S. Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee to advance the Improving Digital Identity Act. And it's not just happening here in America. They're doing this all over the world, man. And I was just recently reading an article that over there in Nigeria, which they already have this digital system in place. They already have CBDCs over there that they're only allowing their people to be able to pull out like $250 a month. That's all that you can pull out in a month is $250, because they're, eventually going to do away with the whole cash system. They're tightening up on it. They're making it harder and harder for you to use cash, make cash transaction, because they eventually want everybody to be on this digital CBDC, universal basic income slave system. And it's going to happen here in America pretty soon. It says, similarly, digital IDs are blah, 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 blah. I'm going to jump down. It says, some have speculated, and it's not a speculation, it's just the truth, that the introduction of digital IDs and vaccine passports in the U.S. is laying the infrastructure for a social credit system similar to the one in China, all right? And that's a fact. China is the model. You just had Klaus Cotton Swab just come out and say that China is the model. How China has complete control over their citizens, via this social credit system, and tyrannical rule over them is what eventually they want to have happen here in America, man. You see, it says China's social credit system, a massive undertaking of government surveillance that aims to combine 600 million surveillance cameras, about one for every 2 citizens, with facial recognition technology, has an end goal of being able to identify anyone anywhere within 3 seconds. You see, they're right. They're going to be able to track. I said they want to be able to track and watch and follow you in real time at all times, man. All right. And a huge part of it is going to be through that CHIP, which is why everything is becoming, this technology is coming ubiquitous, man. All right. You're going to have, these devils going to be able to monitor and track you in real time at all times. They're really trying to be the most high. They're trying to be God on earth, man, with this technology. And when you, like I said, and when you accept this man's M.O.T.B. and you bow down to this system, you're basically declaring him to be your God, through a tyrannical digital system. You see? And China is the model, man. And we know what's going on over there in China, man. Hey, them people, if they buck up, hey, they restrict their travel. If they resist against the government, they don't allow their children to go to Pacific schools. You can't travel, you won't be able to buy particular things, you won't be able to work. And eventually they'll be able to have the ability just to put you to death, man, if you buck up a little bit too much, or totally turn off your chip and totally cancel you or kill you from the system, where you won't be able to buy or sell or, feed you or your family or survive. It says programmable central bank digital currencies. Now this is where everything is going. Programmable. See, it's programmable because they're going to be able to have control over it, man. Like I said, if they decide that you can't buy beef, you won't be able to buy beef. If they program your money to where you can't buy gas, or you can't buy a train ticket or a plane ticket to travel, guess what? When you try to go and purchase that thing, you'll immediately be denied those type of services, man. You won't be, it causes all, both small and great, rich or poor, to receive that mark in their hand. And you better believe your CBDC is going to be linked directly with that CHIP, man. You see, and this is what these other Israelite groups are not telling you. They're not explaining to you. They're not warning you about these things, all right? When they deal with the M.O.T.B, they'll tell you it's an embargo. They'll tell you it's a sin. They'll tell you it's whatever you put in your mind. It's you're sleeping with white women, It's sin. It's all these other things except for this physical, charagma, man. It says add another layer of control as a fiat currency in digital form that is programmable. It would be easy to make it so you can only spend your money on certain things or in specific places as desired by the issuer. You see, total control. And this is where everything is headed. This is why they're looking to do away with the cash, because as long as you have cash on hand and cash in your pocket, these devils and these banks can account for that cash. So you're able to go to the store, you're able to buy. Here it is. This devil can have you totally on house arrest. But if you got cash, hey, you can pay somebody to go run to the store and get you particular things that you need. You're still able to operate. You still have people that are living in America that are unbanked. That are making a living and having money that these devils can't really account for because they don't have their money in the bank. These devils don't have an eye on how much wealth or how much money this particular individual is worth because they don't have money in the bank. They, you're totally can move in silence. You're not linked to this system like that, But with this new world order, that way of moving around and living is not going to exist. It says there are the seemingly innocuous smart meters, which raise serious privacy concerns, not to mention health concerns for their related electromagnetic field. Before smart meters were widely available, your electricity usage was recorded by a meter reader who would visit your property once a month and manually record your energy use. As the Telegraph reported, Britain's crossbench peer Lord Alton warned of the dangers of intertwining mass surveillance systems with daily living. He says, we simply cannot allow the tools of genocide to continue to be used so readily in our daily lives. Mass surveillance systems has always been the handmaiden of fascism. The government should come forward with a timetable to remove these cameras and technology from public sector supply chain, but they're not going to do that because this is how they are going to access and gain control and lord over you. All right. All right, here's the main point. This is the end goal, right? And this is why I want to do this lesson, to give you warning, to tell you about these things, all right? And before I read that, man, I'm going to read this. Revelations 13 and 16, man. Which is the total end game, Oop, no. Which is this is the end game. This is where all roads lead. Oh, fucking asshole. This is where all roads are going to lead eventually, man. And this is what we've been warning you about and telling you these things are going to happen. So when you jakes, you scoff and mock about the men of great millstone, y'all always talking about that. Y'all always going into it. Well, we're doing what the Lord told us to do. We're giving you warning. So, hey, if you end up taking this thing and you be deceived and lied to about taking it, at the end of the day, the blood is going to be off of our hands, man, because we warned you ad nauseum. We told you over and over and over again about this coming sea hip, man. And if you don't take heed, then hey, then it's going to be on you. You're not going to be without an excuse.
It's not working.
Okay, give me 3 more minutes.
You're going to know?
Okay, I'll fix it right now. Give me 3 more minutes. It says, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand. All right. And we know what that mark is, man. And this is ultimately the end game of all of this digital system. This is the end game of the World Economic Forum, where if you look hard enough on YouTube, you'll see videos of where Klaus Schwab told you that they're going to start embedding devices under the skin and under the hand. They're basically saying it without saying it, man. But then again, our people have eyes that they shall not see and ears that they shall not hear, even unto this day, man. You got a lot of these false prophets called, these false Israelite groups saying that we're fear mongering, that we're seed theorists, man, for telling you the truth and breaking it down what this M.O.T.B truly is. All right, let's go to this word for mark, which we always go into. All right, and we're in that time. There's the word charagma. It says a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of followers of the Antichrist. See, the mark branded upon horses, and the mark that's branded upon horses is a physical brand. You can't spiritually brand. Let's say if you had a farm and you had a bunch of cattle and horses, and you wanted to brand those cattle and horses just in case they left your property, so that if somebody found or came across those animals, they would see that physical mark and that brand, and they could know who they belong to, and your property could be brought back to you. But a lot of these Israelite groups try to tell you that this mark that Esau is going to bring is a spiritual mark, which is stupid. It doesn't make any sense, man. This mark is a physical mark. It's a charagma. It says what? A thing carved, sculpture, a graven work. You see? So it's a physical thing, man. And it's going to be that sea hipper, man, that they're going to grave and sculpt and carve into your physical flesh, man. You see? And this is going to be the end game, They're going to physically put this thing in you, and then they're going to use this technology and 5G and 6G and this different technology to be able to mark you and to follow you everywhere you go. You will be their property. You will be like their cattle. And that's why, once they put this mark in you, you're not going to have individual rights anymore. You're going to be their sole property, and they're going to have total control over you when you're linked to this digital system, so that if you buck up and do anything against them, they'll be able to punish you. They'll be able to, restrict your travel, not let you buy or sell, not to let you function or do anything within their society, because you're going to ultimately be their sole property, and you're going to have to do whatever they tell you to do, inject whatever they tell you to inject, and do whatever they tell you to do, man. Don't do that. It's a complete slave system, and this is the end goal. All right, and you better believe this charagma is a part of this end goal. It's a huge proponent of it. It says, in the end, the end goal. In the end, the global superpowers won't go so far as to create a worldwide digital ID that can simply be left behind when you feel like it. You see, that's why it's a physical mark. It's the charagma. All right, because right now you could you can leave, like if you just leave the house and leave your wallet and your keys and your debit card, or you leave your phone at home, hey, you can move about and all around this your area or your state without ultimately being tracked, man. You'll be, so what to speak, off the grid. you know. But hey, in this new digital beast system, hey, that charagma is going to be in you always beeping, giving off your location. You know, we know that they plan on going deeper with it. You know, having all of your biometrics linked to it. They're gonna know how many how many beats per minute you're gonna have. They're gonna know whether you're nervous, whether you're lying, whether you got to go to the bathroom, how much fluid you drunk for the day. You know how much carbon you use for the day. You know they're gonna be knowing every single thing about you through this technology, man. Let's read that again, man. It says, in the end, the global superpowers won't go so far as to create a worldwide digital ID that can simply be left behind when you feel like it. They want something much more permanent, something that can't be left at home, which is that C-hip, which is going to be within you. And how, unless you're willing to, get it and then chop your whole goddamn arm off in order to, not be tracked, then hey, that's going to be the length you're going to have to go to do it. But we know that the average person is not going to do that. Hey, stop. It says, Sweden is one of the earliest adopters of the implantable microchips. Come on, man. All right. So it's like now at this point in the game, any of you Israelite groups that don't see that the C-hip is the M.O.T.B, then guess what? You're just stupid. You're willingly ignorant, man. And you're just blind, and you're simple as all hell, and the Lord just not dealing with you, man. Or you sold out. It says the chip is implanted just beneath the skin on the hand and operates using either near field communication, the same technology used in smartphones, or radio frequency identification, which is used in contactless credit cards, And a lot of these, I think you have Bishop Nate said that that RFID is only going to be used to track you. Yeah, shows you how much he knows, man. It's going to be used for way more than that. That's just one of the applications of the C-hip, man. All right. And it's going to be permanent. All right. And that's why that's why this thing has to be put in you. It's not a spiritual mark. It's a physical mark. All right. Now, when you read Ezekiel 9:4, that mark, which is the Wa, is a spiritual mark, is the mark of the elect being exempt from the judgment of their heavenly Father, which only Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and the angels can see that is on the head of the elect, man. But as far as Esau's mark, it's physical, it's carnal, it's tangible, It says the chip is in I read that. It says or radio free which is used in contactless credit cards. See, that's why it's called the Internet of Bodies, And like I said, just how right now your phone has technology in it to where, if you link your smartwatch to your phone, hey, it's basically checking your biometrics. It knows your heart rate, it knows how many steps you're taking a day. It knows when you're sleeping, you can track how much water you drink, and all these other type of kind of cool features. But hey, this devil is looking to do this on a grand scale. Fucking scam. All right. You see, so you will become the QR code. You will become the smartphone, man. All right. It says already Sweden has become more or less a cashless society. Now, this tiny implant will replace the need for debit and credit cards altogether, as well as identification and keys. You see, so like I said, all of this, COVID passports, your digital passports, your digital ID is all just a precursor to the C-hip, which will have all of those things embedded in your information on your C-hip, man. And this is where everything is headed. This is the end game. All right. And this is where we're fastly headed in the near future. They just need the right crises to collapse this current financial system and to bring in this new digital system. Now, this tiny implant will replace the need for debit and credit cards altogether, as well as identification and keys. You see that already. You see these morons thinking they're so cool because they can open their door, or their car door with their C-hip, It says to pay for an item, all you have to do is place your left hand near the contactless card reader and the payment is registered. You see? And this is the end game. This is where everything is going, man. They even showed you that IBM commercial years ago where, you had the little Edomite guy looking like he went to the grocery store looking like he was stealing a bunch of shit, just walking into the store and just putting shit in his pocket, in his jacket until he walked out without paying. And then you had the security guard come up to him and make it seem like he was going to arrest him. But the guy basically was like, sir, you forgot your receipt, because he basically was paying everything through his C-hip, which was already embedded in him, man. So these devils are already always show you in these commercials and in movies and in these futuristic movies the end game and where things want to go. You see, but they do these things to subconsciously program you people into already, seeing these things so that when they actually bring it out, you're kind of already desensitized to it. It's already been embedded in your subconscious, so therefore you'll easily assimilate and easily accept it, man. Hey, but for the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we know better, man. The Lord gave us the inside baseball, and we know ultimately, how this devil was trying to bring in this beast system. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not with it. All right. This is part of what we call the hour of temptation. It says an estimated 5,000 to 10,000 Swedes have been chipped so far, although Swedish authorities claim they don't know the exact number as there's no central registry. In the end, everything will become connected to a single implanted device, man. All right. And if you guys there at the IUIC and these other and ISUPK and you other Israelite groups can't see this, hey, then guess what? The Lord's going to allow this devil you're going to be overcame, man. A lot of you niggas are be given gray areas and lies and deception to believe that it's okay to take this thing as if there's some type of repentance or that you can be redeemed from taking this man's C-hip, man. When the Lord makes it clearly obvious what's going to be the judgment, which I'm going to read next. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So even in these articles, even these devils are showing you that, look, this is ultimately the end game. All right. But we're just here to link all these things through prophecy. All right. Even going back to Aaron Russo in the Alex Jones interview, he said that the Nick Rockefeller told him this shit damn near what? So that was probably over 20 years ago, man. And now we're out here telling you in these last days that these things are nigh at hand, man. All right. And this is why your faith and trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua needs to be totally intact, man. And you need to have a full understanding of what these things truly are and where things are headed. And understanding why this devil is you see why he's about to bring in these manufactured famines and scarcity and drying everything up, and he's going to crash this economy and, do away with fossil fuels and trucks running and bringing food in here and bring a manufactured, order out of chaos, man. You see? But Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the ultimate deliverer and help that we have during these dark and evil times that we're coming into. All right. And if you don't have trust and faith in the Most High and, not willing to, deny yourself and remain faithful and trust in the Lord by all means necessary, then you're going to be overcome by this damn devil when he comes down with that great wrath, man, during the time of Jacob's trouble, when all hell breaks loose, when, the Lord is, set that path between going left or going right. You're going to either trust in this devil and Esau and his new digital system, or you're going to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua and to be delivered, man. So, hey, with that, Lord willing, you were edified. Call hello, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Lord willing, you were edified. Until the next one, shalom.